When Emily left Sam and their daughter Sophia for a wealthy tycoon, she thought she was securing a life of luxury. But 5 years later, her world is falling apart, and Sam, broken and abandoned, has become a successful entrepreneur with a new family. Now Emily stands outside the school gates, begging for what she betrayed. Does she deserve a second chance? Find out how this drama of betrayal, rebirth, and justice unfolds. Miami, Florida, 2020. The sun beat down on the cracked asphalt outside Sam Rodriguez's small rental house, where he stood clutching a severance letter from Coastal Energy. 15 years of sweat as a drilling engineer, nights on Gulf rigs, emergency pipeline fixes and sweltering heat, ended with a single paragraph citing market volatility. At 35, Sam was jobless, his savings dwindling, and his daughter Sophia, 5 years old, waiting inside for her bedtime story. Inside, Sophia's crayons littered the kitchen table, her latest drawing a stick figure family under a bright yellow sun. Sam forced a smile, tucking her into bed with a tale of a brave astronaut, her favorite. "Will you be an astronaut someday, Daddy?" she asked, eyes wide. "Maybe, Mika," he lied, kissing her forehead. The weight of unpaid bills pressed harder than the Miami humidity. In the living room, Emily, his wife of 8 years, paced with a phone pressed to her ear. At 32, she ran a boutique interior design firm, her ambition outpacing their modest life. Her voice, sharp and clipped, cut through the silence. "Yes, Ricardo. I'll handle the staging for your Coral Gables project." She hung up, avoiding Sam's gaze. He noticed her new gold bracelet, glinting in the lamplight, a gift she hadn't explained. "We need to talk," Emily said, her tone flat, like she was addressing a difficult client. She slid a manila envelope across the table. "Divorce papers. I've already signed." Sam's stomach dropped. The room spun. Sophia's laughter from upstairs a distant echo. "You're leaving us?" he asked, voice hoarse. Emily's eyes didn't meet his. "I need stability, Sam. You can't provide it anymore. Sophia stays with you. She's your responsibility." The words landed like a punch. Sam gripped the envelope, his scarred hands trembling. "She's our daughter, Emily. Yours too." Emily adjusted her purse strap, the same one she'd carried to meetings with Ricardo Vega, the real estate tycoon whose billboards dotted Miami's skyline. "I've been seeing Ricardo," she admitted, her voice steady. "He's offered me a life you can't. Security. A future." Sam's mind raced. Ricardo Vega, 45, owned half the luxury condos in South Beach, his name synonymous with wealth and power. "How long?" Sam demanded. Emily hesitated, then answered, 6 months. The betrayal stung deeper than the layoff. 6 months ago, Sam had been working overtime, believing their marriage was solid, while Emily planned her escape. "You were auditioning for a new life while I was fighting for ours?" Sam's voice cracked. Emily's silence confirmed it. Upstairs, Sophia's voice called out, "Daddy, water." The sound anchored him, a reminder of what he couldn't lose. "What about Sophia?" he asked, pointing toward the stairs. Emily's response was cold. "She'll adapt. Kids do. You're enough for her." Emily moved through the house like a storm, collecting items that hadn't existed a year ago. A designer purse, earrings sparkling with stones Sam's paycheck could never afford. Evidence of her parallel life. "I've signed a lease on Ricardo's penthouse," she said, checking her phone. "Movers come tomorrow." She walked out, the front door clicking shut without a goodbye, leaving Sam in a house that felt hollow. He stood frozen, the divorce papers heavy in his hands. Sophia's call for water came again, softer now. Sam climbed the stairs, each step heavier than the last. At her bedside, he handed her a glass, her small hand clutching his. "Where's Mommy?" she asked, clutching her stuffed dolphin. Sam swallowed the truth. "She's working late, Mija. Sleep now." Her trusting eyes closed, unaware her world had just fractured. The next morning, Sam drove Sophia to her preschool, her chatter about dolphins filling the silence. He scanned job boards on his phone while waiting in the drop-off line, each rejection email a fresh wound. The mortgage was due in 2 weeks. His engineering contacts had vanished in the oil industry's collapse. At the auto shop, where he'd picked up shifts, the manager shrugged. "Work's slow, Sam. Can't promise more hours." That night, after Sophia slept, Sam opened his laptop. A YouTube ad caught his eye, a coding boot camp promising tech jobs. His engineering brain clicked. The oil industry was bleeding, but companies craved data solutions, predictive models, drilling optimization. Sam's 15 years in the field weren't obsolete. They were a gold mine waiting for a new framework. He clicked enroll on a free Python course, the first step in a plan he couldn't yet see. 2 months later, survival was a grind. Sam juggled Sophia's school runs, shop shifts, and late-night coding lessons. Sophia's questions grew sharper. Is mommy coming to my dance show? Sam deflected, promising ice cream instead. Her silence at dinner, once filled with giggles, mirrored his own growing despair. But the code on his screen offered something new: control. Each line he wrote was a brick in a foundation he was determined to build. Miami, Florida, 2021. Sam Rodriguez woke at 3 a.m., the glow of his laptop casting shadows across the small kitchen table. Sophia, now 6, slept upstairs, her stuffed dolphin tucked under her arm. The Python course he'd started months ago had become an obsession, each completed module a spark of possibility in a life dimmed by Emily's abandonment. Sam's fingers flew across the keyboard, debugging a script to analyze drilling data. His engineering expertise, once buried under layoffs, found new life in code. By dawn, he dropped Sophia at preschool, her backpack bouncing as she ran to join friends. Will you watch my art show, Daddy? She asked, her voice tinged with hope. Wouldn't miss it, Sam promised, hiding the exhaustion from another sleepless night. At the auto shop, he tightened bolts on a sedan, the wrench slipping in his calloused hands. The 12-an-hour gig barely covered groceries, and the mortgage company's letters now carried red, past due stamps. During a lunch break, Sam checked his email. A small energy firm, Gulf Tech, had responded to his freelance pitch. They needed someone to streamline their drilling logs, a task Sam's field experience made him perfect for. He sent a proposal, blending his new coding skills with 15 years of oil industry knowledge. 2 days later, Gulf Tech offered a $5,000 contract. It wasn't much, but it was proof his plan could work. Sam celebrated by buying Sophia her favorite mango ice cream, her smile brighter than Miami's midday sun. Meanwhile, Emily thrived in Ricardo Vega's world. She posted photos from his South Beach penthouse, her captions boasting of gala dinners and yacht parties. Sam saw one by accident, Sophia's old preschool friend sharing it on social media. Emily's arm was linked with Ricardo's, her smile polished but distant. Sam closed the app, focusing on his next coding lesson instead. Emily's new life was her choice. His was keeping Sophia safe. At Sophia's art show, Sam clapped loudly as she held up a painting of a dolphin leaping through waves. That's my girl, he called, earning a shy grin from her. The teacher pulled him aside after. Sophia's quiet lately, keeps asking if her mom's coming back. Sam's chest tightened. He knelt beside Sophia, promising a trip to the aquarium if she kept smiling. Her nod was small, but it fueled his resolve. Late nights became Sam's battleground. He coded until his eyes burned, building a prototype algorithm to predict equipment failures on oil rigs. His insider knowledge, years of fixing pumps and storms, gave him an edge over pure programmers. By spring, Gulf Tech extended his contract, doubling the pay. Sam used the extra cash to enroll Sophia in after-school dance classes, her twirls in the living room a sign she was healing, even if questions about Emily lingered. Across town, cracks formed in Emily's paradise. Ricardo's latest project, a luxury condo tower, hit delays. Whispers of shady loans and inflated invoices circled Miami's real estate circles. Emily ignored the rumors, signing her name to contracts Ricardo handed her without reading. It's just business, he'd say, pouring her another glass of champagne. She nodded, trusting his wealth to shield her from consequences. Sam's breakthrough came in July. A second client, Petrowave, hired him to optimize their offshore drilling data. The $15,000 fee let him pay off 2 months of overdue mortgage. He moved Sophia to a better preschool, one with art supplies and a playground she loved. Daddy, are we rich now? She asked, clutching a new sketchbook. Not yet, Mija, Sam laughed, but we're getting there. His confidence grew, each successful project a step away from the despair Emily left behind. One evening, Sophia found Sam coding, her small hand tugging his sleeve. What's this? She asked, pointing at lines of Python. It's how we're building a new life, he said, lifting her onto his lap. He showed her a graph his code generated, pipelines flowing smoothly. Sophia clapped, not understanding, but proud. That night, Sam applied to pitch his algorithm at a Houston energy conference, a gamble that could put his name on the map. Emily, meanwhile, faced her first warning sign. Ricardo snapped at her during a dinner with investors, his charm replaced by stress. A news article mentioned an FBI probe into his company's finances. Emily brushed it off, focusing on a new staging project for his downtown tower. She sent Sam a curt text, asking about Sophia's school schedule, her first contact in months. Sam didn't reply. His focus was on the conference, where a single connection could change everything. By fall, Sam's prototype caught the eye of a venture capitalist at the conference. "Your field experience plus this tech, it's a game changer," the investor said, offering $50,000 to develop it further. Sam shook his hand, heart pounding. Back home, he hugged Sophia, whispering, "We're going to be okay." As he coded into the night, a vision took shape. A startup that could redefine the energy industry. Emily's betrayal had broken him, but it also cleared the path for something greater. Miami, Florida, 2023. Sam Rodriguez's laptop hummed in his new office, a modest space in Miami's tech district where energy flow analytics was born. At 37, he'd transformed from a laid-off engineer into a rising entrepreneur, his algorithms now powering efficiency for 3 mid-sized oil firms. The $50,000 from the Houston conference investor had fueled the launch, letting Sam hire 2 coders and lease equipment. Sophia, now 8, bounded into the office after school, her dance bag slung over her shoulder. "Daddy, can I help with your graphs?" she asked, sketching dolphins on a whiteboard. Sam grinned, handing her a marker. "Draw me a rig, Misha. Make it strong." His days blended client meetings, coding sprints, and Sophia's school events. At her dance recital, Sam recorded every twirl, his phone's memory filling with her proud smiles. The mortgage was current, and Sophia's new school offered art classes she loved. But her questions about Emily had stopped, replaced by a quiet acceptance that Sam ached to fix. He enrolled her in therapy, where she began opening up about missing a mother's presence. Sam listened, vowing to be enough, but knowing some gaps he couldn't fill alone. Across town, Emily's world teetered. Ricardo Vega's empire faced scrutiny as FBI agents raided his downtown office, seizing laptops and files. News vans camped outside his South Beach penthouse, where Emily packed a suitcase, her hands shaking. Ricardo dismissed the chaos, assuring her, "It's just a misunderstanding." She nodded, signing another contract for his latest condo project, her name tied to invoices she barely understood. A colleague whispered warnings about money laundering, but Emily silenced the doubt, clinging to the lifestyle she'd chosen over her family. Sam's big break came in March. A major player, Atlantic Oil, invited him to pitch Energy Flow's platform for their Gulf operations. Sam spent nights refining the demo, his code predicting rig failures with 92% accuracy. At the pitch, executives leaned forward, impressed by his blend of field grit and tech precision. "We'll start with a $200,000 pilot," the CEO said, shaking Sam's hand. That night, Sam took Sophia to the aquarium, her face lighting up as dolphins soared. "You kept your promise, Daddy," she said, hugging him. He felt hope solidify, a future he was building for her. Enter Eva Martinez, 33, a pediatric nurse practitioner who met Sam at Sophia's school health fair. Sophia had tripped during a game, scraping her knee, and Eva's calm expertise turned tears into giggles. She explained the bandage to Sophia, not Sam, earning the girl's trust. Sam noticed her patience, her ease with kids from tough neighborhoods. "You're good with her," he said, offering a shy thanks. Eva smiled, jotting her number on a clinic card. "Call if Sophia needs a checkup, or if you need coffee." Their connection grew slowly. Sam volunteered at Eva's weekend clinics, hauling water bottles and setting up tents. Eva attended Sophia's art show, clapping as Sophia presented a dolphin mural. "She's got talent," Eva told Sam, her praise genuine. Sophia started mentioning Nurse Eva at dinner, her eyes bright. Sam hesitated, his trust scarred by Emily's betrayal. But Eva's consistency, showing up, listening, caring, chipped away at his walls. One evening, over tacos at a food truck, Eva shared her story. Raised in Miami's Little Havana, supporting her brother's college dreams through overtime shifts. Sam saw a partner, not a replacement. Emily's world unraveled faster. Ricardo's arrest hit the headlines. 30 million in fraudulent loans, with Emily's firm listed in the indictment. Federal agents questioned her. Her signature on documents she'd never read, now evidence of complicity. Ricardo's lawyers cut her off, labeling her a liability. She lost the penthouse lease, her bank account frozen. Standing outside a Miami motel with one bag, Emily scrolled Sam's old number, typing a message. "Can we talk about Sophia?" She deleted it, pride stopping her from begging. Yet, Sam's success surged. Atlantic Oil's pilot expanded, bringing $1 million in contracts. He moved Sophia to a private academy, its campus lush with palm trees. She thrived, her therapy sessions helping her voice feelings she'd buried. Eva became a fixture, helping Sophia with homework or braiding her hair before dance class. One night, Sophia asked, "Is Eva staying forever?" Sam paused, then said, "We'll see, mija." Later, he called Eva, asking her to dinner. Not as a volunteer, but as a date. She said yes. Emily, desperate, drove to Sophia's old preschool, only to learn she'd moved schools. A Google search led to Energy Flow Analytics' website, Sam's name listed as founder. A business article praised his rise from unemployed engineer to tech innovator. Emily sat in her rented sedan, staring at the sleek office building in the tech district. Sam emerged, laughing into his phone, his confidence unrecognizable. She followed his Tesla to a gated community in Coral Gables, security bars blocking her view. For the first time, Emily felt the weight of what she'd thrown away. Miami, Florida, 2025. Sam Rodriguez parked his Tesla outside Sophia's private academy, the morning sun glinting off the car's hood. At 39, he led Energy Flow Analytics, now a cornerstone of Miami's tech scene, with contracts spanning the Gulf Coast. Sophia, 10, hopped into the back seat, her violin case bumping against her knees. "Ready for your lesson, mija?" Sam asked, glancing at Eva Martinez in the passenger seat. Eva, 35, flashed a warm smile, her engagement ring catching the light. "She's going to nail that Vivaldi piece," Eva said, earning a giggle from Sophia. Their routine felt solid, a family forged through trust and time. Across town, Emily's life had crumbled to ashes. Ricardo Vega's trial dominated Miami news, his $47 million fraud scheme exposed. Federal marshals had seized his assets, leaving Emily with a single suitcase and a motel room paid for by her last credit card. Her interior design firm, once a status symbol, was named in court documents, her signatures on fraudulent invoices tying her to Ricardo's crimes. Facing potential charges, she agreed to cooperate with the FBI, trading testimony for leniency. Alone, she drove a rented compact car to Coral Gables, tailing Sam's Tesla from a distance. Sam's company buzzed with new deals. A $5 million contract with Horizon Energy cemented Energy Flow's reputation, its algorithms slashing costs for offshore rigs. Sam hired 5 more developers, their chatter filling the office as they debugged code for a new predictive model. After work, he and Eva took Sophia to a beachside cafe, where she sketched dolphins between bites of empanadas. Eva suggested a family camping trip, and Sophia's eyes lit up. "Can we see stars?" she asked. Sam nodded, his heart full. The pain of Emily's betrayal, now a distant scar. Emily parked outside Sophia's school, watching from the visitor lot. Sam and Eva walked Sophia to the entrance, their hands linked, Sophia's laughter carrying across the pavement. Emily's breath caught as Sophia hugged Eva, calling her mom with easy affection. The sight burned. Her daughter, once hers, now belonged to another. Emily's phone buzzed with a text from her lawyer. "Testify next week or face charges." Panic surged. She needed stability, a way back. She decided to confront Sam, clinging to the hope of reclaiming her place. That afternoon, Sam met with Horizon's CEO, finalizing a deal to expand Energy Flow's platform to their Alaskan operations. The CEO praised Sam's grit, a former engineer now outpacing Ivy League coders. Back at the office, Sophia video called from her violin lesson, showing off a new melody. Eva, on her break from the pediatric clinic, joined the call, cheering Sophia on. Sam watched them, grateful for Eva's steady presence. She'd earned Sophia's love through years of showing up, not just promises. Emily waited outside the school at pickup, her hands trembling as she approached Sam by his Tesla. Parents milled around, scheduling playdates, their lives a world apart from hers. "Sam," she called, her voice thin. He turned, his expression neutral, a flicker of recognition, but no warmth. "Emily?" he said, as if greeting a stranger. I need to talk. About Sophia. About us. Sam's jaw tightened. There's no us. Sophia has a family. His words were calm, final. Before Emily could argue, Sophia ran from the school, backpack swinging. She hugged Sam, then paused, eyeing Emily with polite confusion. Sam knelt, his voice gentle. Sophia, this is Emily, your biological mother. Sophia tilted her head, offering a handshake. Nice to meet you, she said, her manners crisp, learned from Eva. Emily's chest caved. Her daughter saw her as a formality, not a mother. I messed up, Emily stammered. I want to fix it. Come back. Sam stood, shielding Sophia. You left when we needed you. Chose riches over your daughter. Eva's been here. Every recital. Every scraped knee. Sophia gripped Sam's hand, sensing tension, but secure in his protection. We're late for violin, he said, opening the Tesla's door. Emily stepped forward, desperate. She's my daughter, Sam. His eyes met hers, unwavering. She's Eva's daughter now. You walked away. We moved on. The Tesla pulled away, leaving Emily in the lot, surrounded by parents loading kids into SUVs. Her rental car felt like a cage, trapping her in the reality of her choices. She drove to the motel, news alerts flashing on her phone. Ricardo's guilty plea, her name in the headlines as a cooperating witness. Shame choked her. She'd traded her family for a mirage and now stood outside their world, invisible. Sam, Eva, and Sophia ended the day at the beach. Sophia chasing waves as Eva snapped photos. Sam proposed the camping trip again, and Sophia squealed, planning a stargazing list. Eva squeezed his hand, her ring a quiet promise. They'd built something unbreakable, not from wealth, but from loyalty. Emily's return was a ripple, not a storm. Sam knew the real test lay ahead, keeping Sophia safe from a past that refused to stay buried. Miami, Florida, 2025. Sam Rodriguez stood in the courthouse, his hand steady as he signed adoption papers. At 39, he ran Energy Flow Analytics, now a multi-million-dollar firm revolutionizing oil production across the Americas. Sophia, 10, sat nearby, sketching stars for their upcoming camping trip. Eva Martinez, 35, his fiancée, reviewed the documents, her nurse's precision ensuring every detail was correct. The judge smiled, approving Eva's adoption of Sophia. You're officially a family, she said. Sophia hugged Eva, whispering, Thanks, Mom. Sam's heart swelled, the final piece of their rebuilt life locking into place. Emily, meanwhile, faced a federal courtroom across town. Her testimony against Ricardo Vega, convicted of $47 million in fraud, spared her prison, but not consequences. The judge ordered restitution, wiping out her savings. She took a cashier job at a Miami grocery store. Her days spent scanning barcodes, her nights in a rented studio apartment. Headlines still linked her to Ricardo's scandal, her old social circle gone silent. Driven by regret, she requested supervised visitation with Sophia, hoping to rebuild a connection. Sam and Eva discussed Emily's request at home, Sophia playing violin in her room. She's trying, Eva said, chopping vegetables for dinner. But Sophia's stability comes first. Sam nodded, recalling Emily's abandonment. He consulted Sophia's therapist, who suggested a single meeting, supervised, to gauge Sophia's comfort. Sam agreed, setting strict boundaries. 1 hour, neutral location, no promises of more. He texted Emily the details, his tone formal, protecting Sophia above all. The meeting took place at a community center, a social worker present. Sophia clutched Eva's hand as Emily entered, carrying a small gift, a dolphin notebook. I thought you'd like this, Emily said, her voice shaky. Sophia accepted it, polite but distant, saying, Thanks. She sat across from Emily, answering questions about school and violin with short replies. Do you miss me? Emily asked. Sophia glanced at Eva, then said, I have Mom now. The words cut, and Emily's eyes welled up. The social worker ended the session early, noting Sophia's unease. Sam's company soared. Energy Flow landed a $10 million deal with a Canadian oil firm, its algorithms now cutting emissions alongside costs. He promoted his lead coder to partner, sharing profits to reward loyalty. At home, he and Eva planned their wedding, a small beach ceremony, with Sophia as flower girl. Sophia helped pick Eva's bouquet, her excitement easing Sam's lingering fears. Will I get a new dress? She asked, twirling. Eva laughed, promising a shopping trip. Emily's second visitation request was denied. The social worker cited Sophia's discomfort, recommending Emily focus on her own recovery. At her job, Emily overheard customers mention Energy Flow's success, Sam's name now synonymous with innovation. She Googled him, finding photos of him speaking at a tech summit, Sophia and Eva cheering in the audience. The images stung, a thriving family she'd excluded herself from. She enrolled in a community college accounting course, determined to rebuild her life, even if alone. Sam, Eva, and Sophia camped under the Everglades stars, Sophia pointing out constellations she'd studied. That's Orion, she said, snuggling between them. Sam lit a campfire, Eva roasting marshmallows. They laughed, the night air erasing years of pain. Back in Miami, Sam expanded Energy Flow's outreach, funding STEM scholarships for kids like Sophia, ensuring others could rise from hardship. Eva joined, volunteering at schools, her compassion shaping young lives. Emily attended her first college class, her notebook filled with numbers, not dreams of luxury. She wrote Sophia a letter, apologizing without expecting a reply, and mailed it to the social worker. I made choices I can't undo, she wrote. I hope you're happy. Sophia read it with Eva, then set it aside, choosing to draw stars instead. Sam and Eva exchanged vows weeks later, Sophia tossing petals as guests cheered. The reception ended with a dance, Sophia between them, her laughter the loudest sound. The story closed on a Miami beach at sunset, Sam, Eva, and Sophia building a sandcastle. Waves lapped the shore, their structure holding firm. Emily, miles away, scanned groceries, her past a lesson in accountability. Sam's triumph wasn't revenge, but resilience, his family proof that love, not wealth, defines success. Viewers were asked, would you give Emily another chance? What would you do in Sam's shoes? The screen faded, inviting comments to spark debate.